aim to motivate and inspire viewers to enjoy the clothes they wear as an expression of their personality and their beliefs. This is the Slow Wardrobe. Come and have a look. Hello, welcome to episode 49 of the Slow Wardrobe podcast. My name is Linda and I'm your host. Today's intro is going to be very short and sweet because the episode is dedicated to a rainbow of monochromatic layer cakes that I show you in succession, going through the entire spectrum of a rainbow. I hope it's inspiring to you. In terms of knitting, I won't dedicate a special section to it because all I've done is finished my shawl, which I will show at the start of the layer cake section, and I have been working on my little dumboard in the pink and pomegranate colors. This is as far as I am. It's about 2/3 through, and I've already started making some little tassels that I'm going to attach to it because I'm going to embellish this. More about that next time. That's all for knitting. That's all I've been working on. Let's get stuck into layer cake. Enjoy. I've got to start off with my finished object. I am so pleased. This is the Pressed Flowers Shawl. I've told you this 10,000 times, so I am sorry if I'm repeating it too often. By Amy Christoffers. And the original is knit in a DK yarn. This is a fine fingering. It's a combination of Biche Bouche Le Petit Lamb's wool and my own linen 3-ply, which is the bright pink. That's the same pink as in my trousers. It is such an enjoyable knit. I ended up doing extra repeats of both the main body as well as the border to achieve this size. And I adore the finished object. It's plenty big to just wear like this as an extra layer, even in summer when it gets a bit nippy, just to cover your shoulders. But of course, when we go into autumn, it's big enough to wear around the neck twice. And I'm picking up on the colors with my yellow dress and my pink baggies. Now the yellow dress is a size 2 regular length. The size 2 is rather roomy on me, but I like that in some cases, especially in this shorter length, because the proportions of the shorter length are different. And then if I size up, it feels nicer. With the long length, I wear those in a size 1. So that's something to keep in mind. And I've said that before with layer cakes. You can play around with sizes. That's one of the reasons that we do all our sizes so loosely. You can choose to wear it more fitted or more oversized like I do with this dress. And I really like how it feels more like a tunic on me than a dress. For those of you who say, well, that's easy for you to say, with that length, then the regular length dress is more like a tunic. What about me? I am 4, 5, 6, however many inches shorter than you are. Well, we're working on that. Watch this space. This autumn we'll see this kind of shape in a shorter length. More to follow. So back to what I want to play with today. I showed you already in the introduction the photograph of the complete rainbow of layer cakes that I have lined up. And it started with the idea of doing some monochromes because these very bright color combinations, I'm very often into combining the different colors to create exciting combinations. But what about doing whole layer cakes in one color palette, one color theme? So I'm going to go through the entire rainbow, color by color, and I'll try and blend from one color into the next. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. There's, in some cases, maybe new to you combinations of garments there. Let's go and see what you think. But let me first start by turning this into a monochrome outfit. Here we go. Starting in pink. That was the plan for the starting point. This is the Synergy top with only the sleeves added in knitted format and not the front panel. As you can see, easy access to pockets like this, but even if I would add a front panel here, you'd still have the easy access because of the splits on the side. Long panel in the back, shorter panel in the front, and then the knitted sleeves. So this is the big step top. How about the, or Synergy top, how about the smaller version, still in pink? Step top small, shorter, not quite as oversized, but still wide enough. Longer panel in the back, sleeves a bit shorter as well, of course, although with the knitted sleeves you can vary those and make them as long as short or you want. Let's move on by changing the bottom half, but stay in the pinks. First glimpse of yellow, almost coral-like, isn't it? Mixing the yellow in with the pink. This is the color called Pomegranate in the longer length dress, and then worn together with that gorgeous pink herringbone baggy, which is just such a sweet combination. And then of course you can add some pink on top, like this, for example, if you wanted to keep with the color theme as it is and adding a little bit extra color. But the idea of today is to stay in the monochromes and keep it as plain as possible. So I've added a little bit of yellow. Let's add some more. More yellow, and then some with this stunning long ochre duster. I still have the pink, so about time I lose it if we're going to yellow. So here we go. Trousers gone. However, we have two very distinctly different colors here. So let's keep going in the direction of the yellow or the ochre. First by adding some yellow baggies, and then by turning the dress yellow too. Ochre dress with ochre baggies. Now this dress has not got the normal ochre color. I had this one in the window and it actually got sun damage. You can still see that a little bit. Maybe you can see that, I don't know. I need to check. But there are panels here that were caused by an ochre short duster on top, and the whole outfit got sun damaged. I then dyed it at home using a yellow machine dye, and it hasn't completely covered the sun damage. So one of the reasons that I took this one for myself, because it was a great experiment, and I don't mind at all that it's got variations of color in it. And I wash it at a high heat because I can. I've got plenty of room, and then I don't iron it. I love the kind of parchmenty look that the medium weight linen creates when you put it in the dryer and you don't iron it. I love that look. But I'll show you with the duster, the yellow duster, or ochre duster I should call it, what the difference in color is as a result of the dyeing. You can see that it's warmed up the yellow a bit. See, there's a little bit of green in here, which is gone as a result of the yellow dye. And it's the little bit of green in the ochre that makes the ochre so suitable for a broad range of color seasons in terms of which colors suit you. So this is a warmer yellow than this, and I am a winter in terms of color seasons. So this would be a better yellow for me to wear than this sunflower yellow, but I can't help myself because I love it so much. And then of course I play with accessories and things to make sure that the yellow doesn't show too much around my face, making me look like I've just been ill. We know the tricks, or I hope you know the tricks. If you want to know more about the whole seasonal thing with colors, let me know and I can build in a little bit more about it in a future episode. For now though, back to the ochre, and talking about a little bit of green in here, let's add a bit of more green to the outfit. I'm sure you must have guessed what I was going to add here. Of course, the bitter lime, which is a beautiful combination of a yellow tone and a green tone, which is why you get this gorgeous in between bitter lime. I still think it's a really good name for it. So first layer of green, let's add some more. Lose the ochre duster and swap the baggies for the apple colored ones. Of course you can see that the baggies are more green than the bitter lime of the dress, which is a bit more yellow still. So without losing the dress, one way to make this outfit greener is by adding a green smock. Apple green smock over the bitter lime dress. And of course you can see that the apple green smock picks up the same green that's in the baggies. This is another example of wearing two different sized layer cakes on top of each other. The dress is a size 2 regular, the smock is a size 1 regular, and you can see that that works really well. Another step greener, of course. Fabulous outfit for summer into autumn by adding the herringbone duster. I think this is a stunning combination of colors. The herringbone in the baggies and the duster, and then the green of the herringbone in the apple, and then the green with that yellow undertone in the bitter lime of the dress. Lovely layer cake. So after green, coming from ochre yellow into green, of course we're moving into the blues. So let's blue up our green. What better way to do that than of course with our teal. Here's the dark teal dress, and of course I can make that brighter by adding the teal step top. Glorious, isn't it? The appley green together with the teal, two beautiful colors together. But I'm on my way to teal, aren't I? So let's lose more of the green. All teal all the way. Dark teal for the dress, herringbone teal for the baggies, and teal for the step top. So I've got a bit of a wild card to throw in and ask your opinion about. When we stay on the teal spectrum, what do we think about this? I have some of the teal and red pinstripe fabric left over from the aprons that we made earlier this year. How would you like dresses made to order? Of course, I'll do a pre-order for them in the teal pinstripe and the red pinstripe, which I'll show you in a minute when we get to the red part of the spectrum, because I've got one of the aprons still in the red pinstripe. Let me know what you think. Meanwhile, doesn't this make a stunning teal outfit? And of course, I can then take the step top off to lighten the whole outfit. And of course, this teal color is mixed with undyed linen in the herringbone baggies, and it's mixed with the black and white in the teal pinstripe. As a result, the two colors our two fabrics have very different textures and look very different up close, but from a distance they make a very similar tonal combination, which I love. I love those kind of differences up close that look more similar from a distance. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you think of the idea of doing dresses in those two colors of pinstripe, the teal one and the red one. So we're still on teal. Let me see what's next. Of course, blues. Here's the blue tabard over the dress and still with the baggies. So let's loose the dress. Bluer already, don't you think? But still with the teal baggies, which are bluish as well, of course. So it still makes for a nice blue outfit. But next step, let's go all blue. What I've added here is a play suit in the blue color, and then still with the tabard over the top. Effective, isn't it? Now, if I want to add some sleeves, I can of course either go for a blue step top or for a blue duster. Let me show you the blue duster. Slightly different blue, as you know, but it's a cross weave as well. And don't they look smashing together? So it's the bright blue of the play suit, and then the slightly more muted denim-y blue of the long duster. So those are our blues. So of course, after blues, where do we move? Into the purples. Let's do it. Keeping it muted before we go bright. This is the dark moth dress, a long one, and then with that beautiful muted blue duster in combination with it. Shall we go brighter? Okay. Brighter by degrees, starting with a violet tail smock. Only a little bit of it in the front, so not too bright. Still lots of the muted dark moth, but then a nice pop when I turn. Brighter still? Okay. With a violet smock. Violet smock, still the dark moth of the dress. But we've got a much brighter purple still. I'll show you. A purple play suit. A proper red purple. This purple compared to the violet, which of course has got much more blue mixed into it. So if we're starting to mix in red, shall we mix in some more? Bringing in the red cross weave, and this is a good example of combining colors that you may never think of combining, that look so good when worn together. And of course you can change the balance by adding more red and covering more of the purple if you like, or by adding an accessory that brings in either more of the red or more of the purple, or both. Let's keep going down the route of more red. Still red and purple, very different balance. By putting some long high-lows on, leaving them long. You can still see the straps at the bottom because I haven't bothered tying them up. And putting a purple smock on top. Bit more red. I've added the mini tab back in. See how together it brings the whole outfit? Still not a red outfit though. All red we go. Combining the apron in the red pinstripe, and this is the other color that I wanted to ask you about, whether you'd be interested to see that in a dress. So we had the teal pinstripe, this one, and then we would have the red pinstripe, and of course we've also got the black pinstripe, which already exists as a dress. So what do you think? Interested? Teal pinstripe, red pinstripe in the tulip dress. Let me know, please. So moving on from the reds, let's start making this darker by bringing in more black. Still pinstripe, but it's the black pinstripe. So that's the third pinstripe that we already have as a standard tulip dress choice. Less red, more black. I've lost the mini tabard and the high-lows, and I've brought back in a pair of black baggies. Could have been a pair of black palazzos, that would have worked as well, of course. But let's keep going down the more black route. How about pinstripe on pinstripe? What do you think? Let's have a look. May not have been something you would have thought of, but what about a pinstripe apron over the top of a pinstripe dress? I think it's really effective. And of course, then you could add like a white shirt or anything like that for cooler weather. But this double layer, I think, looks fantastic. And of course, something like this apron would look great over a charcoal dress as well, for example, instead of the pinstripe. And I liked the idea of doing pinstripe against pinstripe and see how that works. I think it works a treat. However, we were on our way to black, so let's keep going. Black smock. Still have the pinstripe here, so I'll lose that next. Black smock and black baggies. Very simple, very sophisticated, and can be made to look really, really dressy as well. But just as easily be worn as an everyday outfit. In that respect, black is super versatile. As it gets worn more often, it'll take on a more vintagey look, because you'll get like, it'll go slightly lighter, closer to the seams, etc. So it'll get less dressy as you go along, because it gets less formal looking. If you want to change that and you want to reinvigorate any of your layer cakes in that respect to look more formal and new again, all you have to do is put them in the washing machine with a container of Dye-On Machine in the appropriate color, in this case of course black, and the results are stunning. It will give a worn layer cake a whole new lease of life, just to restore the color back to its original brightness if some of that has been lost. Of course, you can also go for different colors, not as much with black, but with some of the others, and achieve really nice effects. So that's kind of on the side, off the cuff. Let's start graying up this outfit, slowly lightening it by bringing in textures and some of the patterned fabrics. Here's an example that if black worn next to your face is just too harsh for you, then considering the black gingham softens the whole look, but still has a lot of black in it, so can be really effectively combined with other black layer cakes. What's more exciting to me though is to go down the route of the kind of grayish impression that the black gingham makes from a distance, and keep playing on that gray, but with a different fabric. I'll show you. Same smock, but this is the black herringbone. See what I mean with how the impression from a distance is quite similar, gray. And when you go up close, you can see a big difference in the fabrics, both their texture as well as their color. I love playing with that. I said that before. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to show you one other combination with these particular baggies in the gray zone. Even closer in color to the black gingham are the steel smocks and tabards. Here a tabard, of course, and slightly lighter in its color impression. So there is another herringbone that goes really well with the steel. I'll show it to you next. Of course, the steel herringbone, and then with the steel tabard. And I can add a pair of sleeves very easily with a steel short duster. Really soft, really lovely colour coordinated grey, silvery grey outfit. How can we lighten this up further? Of course, with a pebble, in this case, tabard. Lighter again, still in that grey, beige, greige palette. Let's keep lightening. Lost the steel herringbone, both the duster and the baggies. So here are the tulip dress in natural and the tabard in pebble. Can we go lighter still? Of course. The natural check duster. Of course, there's some darker colors in there as well, but this is actually a first introduction of some white. Keep going with the white. White smock, still with the natural dress and the duster. And then of course I can lose the duster to lighten up the outfit even more. We're almost completely at white. I don't have a white dress in stock in my size, which is why I'm not wearing it. Otherwise I would go completely white. But, and there are other colors as well, of course, in the spectrum of layer cakes. Some of the browns, some of the brick colors that I haven't shown you today. I was trying to stick to more or less a rainbow. I hope I've given you more inspiration again, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon.